Let's visit Capitol Reef National Park. Come on, everybody. Capitol Reef National Park is a unique, lesser-known national park located in south-central Utah. The park spans over 241,000 acres and is renowned for striking geological features, colorful rock formations, and rich historical sites. Our first stop was in the Fruita Historic District. This area was settled by Mormon pioneers in the late 1800s and is well known for its historic orchards. This is right near the main campground, and there is ample parking, and it makes a great place to start your adventure. Unfortunately, the scenic drive was closed for repairs, so we had to go to each area independently. This is the beginning of the Cohab Canyon Trail. The 1 to 2 mile hike doesn't seem too terrible. And then you start seeing all the signs warning you to take water with you. And if you look a little further, you can see that the trail is considered a strenuous hike and goes up over 320 feet in elevation. Here we saw a little friend doing push-ups on a rock. The Gifford Homestead is a preserved pioneer home that now operates as a museum and bakery. There's a wide variety of fresh pies, breads, jellies, and jams, as well as homemade craft items for sale at the home. There are also many museum-esque artifacts located throughout the house. We could hear water running from outside the house, so we decided to go and explore. We didn't notice until after the fact that there was a warning about cougars being in the area. We're glad we didn't go too far down that trail. We just walked a short ways down the trail and enjoyed looking and listening to the sounds of nature. It is so interesting to see these lush green orchards which butt right up against this dramatic rock formation. These park-like settings make it easy to see why the settlers decided to stay here. Throughout the Fruita district, there are many preserved historical buildings. This building is home to a number of old farm implements. In many of these locations, there are informational recordings. On the side of the recording boxes, there is a transcript of what is being said.
1880, when pioneers first settled here, you have to be very self-sufficient to make.
I originally thought the little chirping noise I was hearing was a bird. Turns out, it's a yellow-bellied marmot. If you're at all like me, you might be wondering, where does Capitol Reef's name come from? Well, turns out it comes from the white Navajo sandstone domes that resemble the U.S. Capitol building. Okay, so we now know where the Capitol part comes from, but what about the reef? The reef in Capitol Reef comes from the water pocket fold, which is a ridge in the Earth's crust that the early settlers called a reef because it was a barrier to transportation. The steep cliffs and water pocket fold block travel across land, similar to how a coral reef impedes a ship's travel at sea. And now you know how the strange national park name of Capitol Reef came about. Our next stop was the Fruita Schoolhouse. This one-room schoolhouse was opened in 1892 and acted as a functional grade school until 1941. It was challenging to get any good video of the inside of the schoolhouse due to the dirt on the windows and the reflections of the glass. it was still very interesting to see. A definite must-see in Capitol Reef are the petroglyphs. These petroglyphs were created by the Fremont culture who lived in the area.
People right there.
They lived in this area between 300 and 1300 AD.
Old herd goats right there.
The petroglyphs can be very challenging to see, but utterly amazing when you find them.
Well, you can see it because it's in the shade. You can see a little bit.
Here's a view of the Fremont River that cuts right through Capitol Reef National Park. The drive through Capitol Reef is on Utah's Highway 24. This formation is called the Castle, and it is 6,387 feet high. You can really understand why the settlers called this a reef. Panorama Point was our last stop on our trek through Capitol Reef. The views here were absolutely stunning, even though you could see the highway. Here's another informational little box.
Our address, Capitol Reef National Park, State of Utah, country of the United States of America, planet Earth, the galaxy, one of billions of galaxies in the universe. Our planet is spinning around 900 miles per hour.
Capitol Reef is designated as an international dark sky park, offering excellent opportunities for stargazing.
Earth is a tiny, fragile exception in the cosmos where life exists. Outer space is only 62 miles away.
Capitol Reef National Park is a stunningly beautiful location, and it was great because it's a little lesser known than Bryce Canyon or Zion or Arches. Overall, the scenic beauty, geological wonders, and rich history make it a great destination. I would highly recommend a visit to Capitol Reef National Park. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. It lets YouTube know that you are enjoying the content.